Back it in. Back it in. Nicely parked. Wow, my first lab rat in space. Come out, say hello. Oh. Yeah, I forgot to fit a door. That's awkward. Anyway, I'm Richard Hammond. This is Blast Lab. In just a few moments, we shall meet two teams of budding young scientists who will be competing in top-level scientific experiments for great prizes. Let's have a look at what's in store. Being a top-secret underground lab and everything, it usually has 24-hour protection from a crack team of SAS guards. But one of them was climbing a tree and he got stuck, and all the others have gone round to his mum to get her to ring the fire brigade. But don't worry, because I've arranged backup. She is a one-woman fighting machine. She's a tough old boot and she knits her own socks. She is my Ninja Nan. Thanks for standing in. Thank you. I know she looks fragile, but she is, in fact, a trained ninja. See? Nan, if you'd like to take your station in security. Nan! Sorry. If you'd like to get settled in there to security. Thank you. Away she goes. Look at her go. Look at that, look at that. Yeah. Nan, are you there yet? She's here. What's she looking for? Oh, a knitting. Yeah. Looks like she's settling down to do a knitting, but actually those knitting needles have been balanced for throwing at bad guys. Right, let's meet the bunch of people trying to get into my lab today. Hello. Now, you all claim to be the yellow team, yeah?
Yeah.
Well, I can't let just anybody in my blast lab. We've got to make absolutely sure before we let you through security. So, for security purposes, identify yourselves by name, please. You are?
Annabelle, Olivia, Amelia.
Annabelle, Olivia, Amelia. Yeah, that checks out with the file. Now, hidden talent. It says here, Amelia, you want to be a stand-up comedian and you're going to tell a joke.
Yes.
Go for it. Tell us your joke.
Have you seen the Constipation movie?
The Constipation movie? No.
That's because it hasn't come out yet. It hasn't been released.
I get it. It's terrible, but I get it. That's a joke. OK, by any definition, that's it. You are the yellow team. That's confirmed. It comes through security. Into the blast. You are the yellow team. I'm sorry, I can't be too careful, because if I let just anybody in, you could be after the secrets in this lab. Where are you all from?
Buckinghamshire, and we are the TNT Trio.
Lovely. You're all sisters, aren't you?
Yeah.
And you made up your own team name and everything. You needn't have bothered. You're the yellow team, and that's final. But welcome to Blast Lab. Lovely to have you here. Now, let's meet the bunch of guys who are claiming to be your opposition. Let's have a look. They say they're the red team. There they are. There they are. You say you're the red team.
Yes,
Before we can be sure, we've got to check it out. Give us your names. Identify yourselves by name.
Jed, Aidan, Owen.
Jed, Aidan, Owen. Yeah, that checks out with the file. Hidden talent. It says here, Owen, it's you. You've brought your banjo with you.
When did the banjo happen?
Oh, what is that, then?
It's called a trumpet.
Correct. That's what it says on this file here. Just trying to trick you there. You never know with villains trying to get in here. Give us a tune. Well, I suggest we don't release it as a single, but it is musical. So, you are the red team. You're cleared through security. Come into the blast lab. Hello, red team. Where have you three come from?
We're from Hampshire, and we're the Whiz Bang Willis Boys.
Clever name, but you're not. You're the red team. Lovely to have you here, though. You're brothers, aren't you?
Yeah.
OK. 3 brothers, 3 sisters. I'm expecting some pretty intense competition in the Blast Lab today. OK, we're very nearly at round 1. So, red team, yellow team, go and get settled in, comfortable and ready. And for this, we're going to need the help of a special friend of mine. He does 0 to 60 in 5 minutes and the Times crossword in 3. It is, of course, Oliver. kitted Oliver with the very latest high-tech, state-of-the-art FactNav system. But it was very fiddly, and there were so many wires that eventually I couldn't be bothered with all of them. And as a result, quite a lot of the facts aren't right. So, our two teams are going to decide. I'm going to give them each a science fact, and they have to tell me, is it true or false? If it is true, Oliver will do this. And if it's false, Oliver will do this. So, it's simple enough, teams. 3 sisters, 3 brothers, and your first chance to earn a point in Blast Lab, OK? Science fact number 1 for the red team, first of all. Astronauts get taller in space. Have a chat. Is it true or false, audience? What do we think?
True.
You think it's true?
Yeah.
OK, the red team think it's true. Oliver, is it true or false? Yes, it is indeed true. That's a point straight away to the red team. It's because on Earth, gravity pushes your spine down and compresses it. But when astronauts are in space, there's no gravity, so yeah, it stretches out like a giant spring. Increase your height by up to 5 centimetres. I'm thinking of going. Right, yellows. More electrical impulses are generated in one day by a single human brain than by all the telephones in the world. Is that true or false? Have a chat. Audience, what do we think? Is that true or false?
True.
The yellows think it's true. It is true, so that's a point to the yellows as well, straight away. Well done, that's another point. Electrical impulses are there to help your brain process information. They travel at up to 100 metres per second, which is really fast. Right, the third one is a question, not a fact. I need you to give me an answer and write it down on the boards in front of you. What percentage of the world's water is drinkable? Audience, any ideas? I shall come and talk to you using this. You see, they combined the boot with wheels to make roller skates. I've combined the boot with a microphone to make, well, this. What do we think? Any ideas what percentage of the world's water is drinkable?
50 or 40%?
50 or 40, OK.
60%.
60%. Right, teams, have you both come up with your answers?
Yeah.
Yeah? Turn your boards around, let's have a look. 5% from the Reds, 5% from the... That's quite a coincidence. Both gone for the same answer. Well, the real answer is 1% of the world's water is drinkable. It's a point to both teams because you're both closest. So, well, that's Reds and Yellows, a point each. It's a draw to That's all to come, but right now it is mini-science. Our teams are going to use their science know-how and ordinary household objects to conduct incredible scientific experiments. Now, to help with this round, I made a time travel machine to bring my science teacher here to Blast Lab from school. But there were problems. Probably because time travel is still in its infancy. And so now, I'm talking, of course, about Mini-Miss. Hello, Miss.
Nice news, Richard.
Yeah, you were quite cross. Sorry. What are we doing today, then?
Well, Richard, today we're looking at water tension.
Miss, I don't get that. What's water got to be so tense about? Because, you see, it's a joke, Miss, and I'm sorry. Sorry, Miss. Carry on. What are we doing?
Well, you see, water is actually quite sticky. And the teams today are going to be testing just how sticky it is. The teams will be giving containers holding water and a selection of lids, all with different fabrics in them, with different sized holes in them. The teams then have to choose a lid and put it on their container full of water. They then have to turn their container upside down and hold it over their teammate's head. The winning team is the one that gets their teammate to stay dry throughout the whole game.
Fine. One thing I'd just like to discuss. There had to be 2, I'm assuming, volunteers to be the ones to sit in the pools and have the huge flask of water held over their head. Aiden, Amelia, you 2 have, I'm presuming, volunteered for this duty. Can I just ask a question? Are you both the youngest of your brothers and sisters?
Yes.
Yeah, we've got the 2 youngest brothers and sisters. Teams, was this an entirely unanimous decision, or did you volunteer them?
We volunteered them.
It was kind of a dilemma. We want to see him wet, but we want the prizes.
Are they always like this?
Yes.
Good luck. youngest brothers and sisters. Well, look, I'm feeling generous. I'm going to give you some time to think about this. There's some tactics. I want you to think about the science, OK? You've got a little bit of time to gather around the table, have a look at the lids, have a talk and think. This game really is all about water tension. And water tension exists because water molecules, the tiny bits that make up water, are attracted to each other. And you can see it for yourself. If you get a glass of water and fill it, drop by drop by drop, keep going, eventually you'll fill it so that the water stands up above the top of the glass. And that's water tension. That's the molecules of water clinging together, holding together so much you can fill it so that it bulges out over the top. So with the lids, when they turn these flasks full of water upside down, water tension in the tiny holes will be clinging together and holding all the water in above it. But it only works with some of the lids. It's up to our teams to decide which ones. Right, teams, I think you've had enough talk time. Now, it is a draw right now. The scores are the same. So to decide which team goes first, we're going to draw pens. 4 pens, one of which is a short pen. Pick a pen. Pick a pen, yellows. Sorry, yellows. Oh, I'm sorry, Olivia. That means, Reg, you get to decide. Do you want to go first or second?
First, please.
OK. Have you decided which lid you're going to use?
Yes.
Which one? That one. Why are you going to use that one?
It looks like it's quite an absorbent material. We're thinking that a tiny weeny bit will come out or none at all.
Right, this is it, OK? If we're ready with the timer, remove the postcard now. Oh, that's... You see, you've not chosen well at all. OK, time's up. Cover it up, cover it up. OK, well, that's the first go, and frankly, it was a disaster. Yellows, decide which ones. Can I ask why you've chosen that lid in this instance?
The thick one that they chose didn't work, so we're going to try a slightly thinner one.
If you're ready, audience, remove the postcard now. Look at that. Look at that. Hard. Cover it up very carefully. Not a drop. Well done, yellows. OK, well done, yellows. Well, you are ahead right now. That point is looking like being yours. Reds, which one are you going for?
That one.
Why this one, the wire mesh?
Because we've decided that ones with smaller holes seem to work better.
If we're all ready, audience, remove the postcard now. Oh. Now the water tension is holding it in those small holes. Look. Cover it up, cover it up, cover it up. You left it there longer on purpose, Jen. Well done, Reds. That was a good go. That made up for the last go. Yellows.
High five.
Which lid are you going for?
We're going for the black one.
Why are you going for that one?
Because they've got slightly smaller holes than the white.
OK. Confident? Quite dry at the moment. Lovely and dry and comfortable. Oh, that's not my fault. We really didn't need a timer there, Amelia. It just all fell out. I think that has actually put the yellows behind Reds incredibly, despite Aidan being soaked. This is your last one, Reds. What are you going for?
That white nylon one there.
If you'd like to hold it above Aidan's head, and go! Oh, Lord, that just didn't... No, that... Right, yellows. I think you are now ahead again. You've got to choose this one. OK, remove the postcard. We'll start the timer. Here we go. Here we go. Oh, look at that! Cover it up, cover it up, cover it up! Oh, well done! Well, I think we are all agreed. And Aidan will certainly agree that there's only one result there. The yellows take the point, which puts them in the lead 3-2. So, the lids with the smallest holes work best of all. This is because with small holes, there's less chance that the surface tension will break apart enough to let the water flow out. The thing is, if that much water in these flasks can be held in like that with surface tension, then it must be quite a strong force, which got me thinking, how strong is the surface tension on a pool full of water?
Crack. Yeah.
On a rare experiment-free afternoon at my secret test facility, a clueless lab rat heads to the pool for a cool down. His brain tells him water is soft and safe. He can swim in it, drink it, and sometimes he even washes in it. But lab rats aren't known for their brains. That looked like it hurt. It seems that the impact of bare skin on water from just a couple of feet up can cause pain. But why is this? Well, it's all down to how water behaves. We know that water has a high surface tension, which means it creates a sort of skin on the surface of the water. But also, as water is a liquid, it can't easily be squashed. This means that when the lab rat hits the pool, the water molecules push against his belly. So if a lab rat, or indeed any object, hits the water with enough force, it's as if it's hitting something solid. But we need to test this theory. First, our lab rat is fitted with a scientifically adapted belly flop wetsuit. Just one final modification. Perfect. Safety harness. Check. Smiley face on belly. Check. One giant crane hook. Check. He's ready to go. We're going to suspend the lab rat above the water, then drop him into the pool. Lab rats are completely useless and bred for this type of thing, so please don't feel sorry for them or, heaven forbid, actually do anything they do. It seems that water isn't as soft as it looks. This got us thinking, what damage could water do to something dropped from an even greater height? Our lab rat seems to be a little worse for wear, so we'll have to use a body double. But what can we use? A metal barrel, a perfect likeness. There it goes, all the way to 30 meters above the pool. 3, 2, 1, bombs away. Hold the experiment right there, because... No, I think there's an extra point in it for this. With the scores at 3-2 to the yellows, you could do with the point, Reds. Right, an extra point for the team that can tell me most accurately what happens. Have a think, have a talk, have a talk. Audience, I'm going to ask you as well, what do we think? Talk to the boot. Where are you?
It might smack down, stop, and then just sink.
So no buckling. OK. Right, so have you made your minds up?
Yeah.
Sisters and brothers, what's your answer then?
I don't think it'll buckle.
You don't think it'll buckle?
We think it will buckle.
You think it will buckle? OK, the boys think not, the girls think yes. Let's find out and watch it. 3, 2, 1, bombs away. It looks like the end of the line for that barrel. The water really does become as hard as concrete from that height. Well, there we go. The barrel did buckle. That's another point to the yellows. 4-2 is the scores right now. I'm sorry, you see, that's water tension for you. Never do a belly flop again. Ouch. Right, both teams. Time for you to get off and go and get changed into protective suits for the final game. Away you go, away you go. And while they go, can I just tell you, audience, that should have been the end of that experiment. But, well, we thought we'd experiment a bit more and take it one stage further. Here's our lab rat in his pride and joy. It might not be much to look at, but it means a lot to him.
They see me rolling, they hate Tryna catch me riding dirty. 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 Tryna catch me riding dirty.
It's a shame we're going to have to commandeer the car in the name of science. First, let's scientifically attach our giant crane to the car, flip him on his roof, before lifting him skywards. Here we go then. One car suspended 30 meters in the air above one pool and a number of unsuspecting inflatable toys. 3, 2, 1, drop. Oh dear, I think we can safely say water won that battle. Even though the car ended up on the tarmac, it's actually the water that's caused all of that damage. I'm sure the lab rat will never notice. Just a little water damage, lab rat, nothing to worry about.
Keep rolling, 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 rolling. Keep rolling, 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 rolling. Keep rolling, 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 rolling. Keep rolling, 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 rolling.
Well, it filled an afternoon for them. Right, time for us all to move on because it's time for the messy, messy mess test. Which today is the Gungy Bungee, featuring, of course, my Blast Lab catapults. These were originally designed and built for high-speed airborne cat projection, but were a complete disaster. So today we're going to use them for firing prize pods, like these, across this tank of unspeakably hideous gunge into the prize zone beyond. This being Blast Lab, of course, there is a twist. Now, you may have noticed that each team has a representative standing in this hideous gunge in the tank. Jed, Annabelle, hope you're comfortable. Oh, just an important word of warning. This tape, very, very important, because I think something has moved in and made its home in this end of the tank. Late last night, I saw bubbles. I don't know exactly... Oh, like that, like that! I don't know what it is, but I saw teeth. Both of you, for your own safety, no further than that line of tape. The idea then is to get the prize pods into the prize zone. Your jobs in there are to stop the opposing team's prize pods as they arc gracefully across the tank, and to retrieve your own team's pods as they fall into the tank and put them in these baskets. The winning team will be the team that gets the most prize pods to the other end into the prize zone, and they will get to take home each of the prizes written on those prize pods. The losing team will get to blow their prizes up. Now, Yellows, you're in the lead right now, so you get to start first. Your points have won you a 5-second advantage. When you hear the first siren, you start. Reds, wait until you hear the second siren. As soon as you hear that, you start firing. You have some time to get as many prize pods as you can into the prize zone, and that some time starts now! The Yellows are already making the most of their 5-second head start. There's the second siren. The Reds are off. That's 2-0 to the Yellows. The Reds seem to be losing their heads and their helmets. A fumble from the Yellows there, that could cost them. And it's followed by a terrible shot. It's all going wrong. The Reds are in with a chance now. It is absolute mayhem out there. What's this? The Yellows have run out of pods to launch. And a score to the Reds. Yellows are back in the game. It is literally raining prize pods out there now. Hurry up, teams. Time's running out. Or at least it might be. It is impossible to tell with my sometime countdown clock.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
The end. That's it. That was quite busy, teams. We can safely say both teams worked pretty hard. It's now time to find out which team has won. Lab Rats are counting out the prize pods. So, Lab Rat for the red team, how many have we got? 4. For the Yellows, how many have we got, Lab Rat? 6! That means the yellow team are the winners! Right, let's have a look at what they've won. Ready now? Each of you will be taking home an MP3 player, a Doctor Who game, a Robo-Pet, a Brain Teaser jigsaw, a fizzing dinosaur egg, and a flashing pogo stick. All of those for the yellow team, each of you taking those home. Reds, this is slightly less comfortable now, because these are the prizes that you would have won, but you haven't. You would have won a glider set each. Oh, no. A remote control helicopter. A fizzing dinosaur egg. And a Doctor Who game. Yeah, I know. You'd have won all of those, Reds. Instead of which, you're going to blow them up because it is time for B-Day Goes Back. It's the strangest thing, but the yellow team stand here behind their massive haul of prizes, looking quite happy and content. Well done, yellows, for winning. But the red team are in a different frame of mind as they prepare to blow their prizes up. How you all feeling?
Happy.
Because there's going to be an explosion.
Yeah.
OK, brothers, well done. Who's going to push the plunger? I'm guessing I know the answer to this.
Me.
All of you together, all three brothers. It's a touching scene.
Yeah.
Three young brothers about to explode their own prizes. When you're exploding things, it is best to do it in the bathroom because there's plenty of water to put out the flames. And that's exactly where I came up with my next invention, my exploding B-Day. There it is, you see. So, you ready? Lift the plunger into the firing position and prepare yourselves. Lift the plunger. OK, brothers. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Today, in the Blast Lab, we've learned about water tension. And while we could have done this by reading through my 20,000-word essay on the subject, we've actually done this by doing belly flops, dropping cars in pools, and then splashing around in my laboratory. See you next time! Blast Lab was recorded in front of a live studio audience. No lab rats were hurt during filming. Probably. Well, not that much.
The wannabe wizards are feeling the heat.
People are fighting more and are arguing.
We're annoyed, we're agitated.
Pressure, it's just, you know, it's all getting to all of us.
Which of them is up to the final challenge?
Oh my gosh, Ben!
Ben! Will your favourite succeed? Or fail?
Malfunction with the box.
Sorry.
There can be only one Sorcerer's Apprentice. Sundays at 9, CBBC on BBC Two. Oh, look, it's Minky and Manky.
Pinky and Perky are back in the spotlight.
Getting big guests.
Hello, my old showbiz pal.
Big shows.
Run the cartoon!
Big idea.
Yes, sir. Whoa! That's how you'll go when you see the great show we've got today.
Hogging the limelight in their brand new show.
Pinky and Perky.
Weekdays at 5:45 on the CBBC channel.
We're on a mission to find the world's next great superhero, and we've just